I like, look, just that smooth jam, that old school flavor. Mmm. Just kind of get you in the mood to relax, digest some information. Likes it. Mmm. Oh, yeah. Old school wealth building with Abraham and friends. You know what? We're going to bring that on back while we listen to it and bring in some information and keep kicking off the year in 2024 the right way. I was talking to a friend the other day and we were having a discussion about $50 versus 50 cents. And I was like, he jumped on it too. He's like, I'll take that $50. And I was like, hey, but it's not about the $50. And then I realized I was like, we've been conditioned, our behavior, our actions. We look at $50 and be like, oh, we got some money. We can do some things. But we look at 50 cents like it's half of a dollar, 2 quarters. Oh man, what can we do with that? In this day and age, not much. 50 cents does not buy too many things. I don't think you buy a pack of gum these days for 50 cents. Back in the 1972, oh yeah, you get a pack of gum, some honey buns, some of them moon pies. I know some of y'all enjoy them moon pies back in the days. But we had that same discussion, and I was like, come on, man, you got to look at it from a different perspective. And that's what the thing about it was. His perspective was looking at it from a same old perspective of, I got $50. So now I can go out and do some things. I said, you know what? I'm going to do an episode. Because in old school wealth building, we always learning. So this is what I said. I said, I'm going to put together 2 slides. Because, PowerPoint slides are not meant to put you to sleep. So I got 2 PowerPoint slides. I'm going to bring them in. And what we're going to talk about is the difference between and what we can do with $50 versus 50 cents. And then we're going to say, how can this benefit us? How can 50 cents benefit us? So give me a minute because it's modern technology. Bring my slides in. There we go. Right there. Look there. The difference between 50 cents versus $50. First of all, let's make a wealth building tool out of it. So you ain't got but a bunch of slides. So bam. Let's go to the slides. Okay, here we go. What can $50 do for you? Okay, well, you can pay a credit card bill. Well, some of y'all can pay a credit card bill. Some of y'all credit card bill may exceed $50. But even when you pay that credit card bill with that $50, you're still paying a finance charge. So that's a minus sign in your wealth building. A minus sign is anything that takes from you but doesn't give anything back. So yeah, you can pay a credit card bill. You can go out to lunch, but you better go by yourself. Because look here, you can buy a lunch. Lunch runs about $11, $12, depending on where you're going. Then you're going to pay tax for the meal. Don't try to go out somewhere where you order a dessert. I'm just talking about a lunch, sandwich, maybe some fries and a drink, $12. You try to go somewhere and get some dessert, we talk about $15, $20, 2 times, that $50 is gone. So again, something that takes but doesn't give anything back. Now, for all of that, when it hit that $50 hits on Friday, party time, we about to party. Now, don't buy 2 drinks. You can buy 1. We know how it is. When you buy 2 drinks, $50 is gone. If you had a good club, you're going to buy 1 drink and hope you got some change left over. So $50 doesn't go that long. So when we're talking about, let's take a look at our perspective and change some things about ourselves. We're going to start with just 50 cents. How about this? How about you purchase a stock that pays you a dividend of 50 cents? Now, dividend is the cash that a company has that they redistributed to all stockholders. Once you buy a stock, guess what you are? You're a stockholder. So every quarter, or whatever the time frame is set up, most are set up by the quarter. Every quarter, when they pay out dividends, you'll get 50 cents. For every stock that you have, you'll get 50 cents. Now, here's where the 50 cent, $50 thing comes in at, because ultimately you want enough dividends so they buy you stock. Now you no longer have to purchase stock. Every quarter, you've accumulated enough stocks that pay off enough dividends to buy you dividends. To buy your stock. So here's the process. You want to create a repeatable process that's easy. You say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take $50 and I'm not going to spend it. I'm going to transfer. I use E-Trade. I'm going to transfer that $50 from my account when I get paid over to E-Trade. Then I'm going to go in E-Trade and I'm going to buy a stock like Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola pays 46 cents a share in dividends. Not quite 50 cents, but close to what we're dealing with. So every quarter, for every stock of Coca-Cola, you get paid 46 cents. Eventually, that 46 cents, depend as your shares increase, that 46 cents will start buying you more shares. So you created a process. Your perspective has changed. That 50% becomes valuable now because now it's accumulation. You got to have accumulation and patience to build wealth. This is a process. This is a foundation. There are other methods out there to build wealth as well, but this is a foundational process where you can just build over time. So Coca-Cola is something that we know. It's a product that we all use. It's a product that we're familiar with. Look here now. If you've been to a barbecue, you know they got some Coca-Cola. You know the family's houses, they got Coca-Cola, Sprite, different Coke products there. There ain't no Pepsi Challenge, Coca-Cola. So at the end of the day, you understand that product. Another thing when you're looking at purchasing stock, understand the stock that you're purchasing. Know about it in a way that makes you look at it and say, hey, if this pops up on TV or doing a commercial, guess what I'm looking at? Coca-Cola. So buying the stock, creating a process where you buy monthly with $50. Not $75, $50. You want to learn the process. You want to get comfortable with the process. Now, like I said before, E-Trade allows you to transfer from your bank account into E-Trade $50. Then you go in there and say, hey, I'm going to buy one share of Coca-Cola. I'm going to continue to buy that one share until I have enough shares where the dividends purchases me another share. Now, that doesn't mean you have to stop buying shares with $50. You can set yourself a goal. You can say, you know what? In the next 2 or 3 years, I want to have 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares. Now, with 1,000 shares at 50 cents in dividends every quarter, you're going to increase your payout. The more shares you own, the more your dividend payout. Now, that dividend payout is buying you more shares. So you're accumulating more shares till eventually it's giving you enough money to provide you to do something with. You do anything you want to do with it. You maybe want to pay credit card bill. You may want to just buy lunch, or you may want to go out and party. But there's a difference between 50 cents and $50. This is something that we try to use and we try to build slowly, because at the same time, you need to understand what a stock is. You need to understand what a dividend is, and then create the process that works for you. You don't have to follow anybody else. Create your own process. Now, this is just an easy take on building wealth, an easy tool to help you do it. Most people have it in these old complicated books, these charts and everything. Keep it simple. 50 cents or $50. Take the $50, build 50 cents. The 50 cents will eventually pass the $50 and keep on moving forward. And you will be on your wealth building journey. Look, that's a simple slide. I'm gonna take that back out. Move the slide around. Okay. But before we leave, we got that hot stove take. For y'all don't know what a hot stove is, talk to your parents, your aunties, say, hey, what is the hot stove? Hot stove take today is try it before you say you don't like it. When I was a kid growing up, we used to stay at different people's houses to get parents breaks. Yeah, we love our kids, but sometimes we want to kick them little jokers to the curb on a Friday. And I was over a particular family's house, and they had a meal that I was unfamiliar with. And I was like, nah, I don't really want that. And they was like, look, before you turn your nose up at this meal, try it first. And ever since then, no matter where I've been or what country I've visited or what meal was in front of me, I've always tried it first before I said I didn't like it. Same basic concept when you're doing your investments. Try it first. See if it works for you. And if it works for you, build on it. Well, welcome to another episode of Old School Wealth Building with Abraham and Friends. Now, the year is running. We're already in March. You got to start building your processes. You got to start putting stuff in place. Now, if anybody out there that got any questions for me, got my email address, drop them in the chat, hit me up, answer all questions, talk about it. Because on Old School, we believe in communication. Y'all have a good night. Talk to you later.